It's almost this unwritten rule that in WWE, if you get popular at the wrong time, it doesn't always mean a push. I'm Kevin. Here are 10 WWE superstars that got buried because they got popular with fan support at the wrong time. Number 10, Zack Ryder. He was one of the first wrestlers in the business to truly embrace social media and YouTube, connecting more closely with fans in a 24/7 media cycle. This helped Ryder gain more popularity amongst wrestlers fans. Unfortunately, WWE didn't like the idea of Zack Ryder becoming popular on his own. While his experience showed some moments of success, such as winning the WWE United States Championship, the company likely mishandled his push in retrospect and involved him in storylines that made him appear weak or foolish with bigger names. Most fans criticized these storylines where Zack Ryder was portrayed negatively during his rivalry with John Cena and Kane. Who can forget his girlfriend Eve Torres cheating on him with Cena? Despite all of that, the Long Island Ice Z forgave Eve, and what did he get in return? Another betrayal from Torres, this time at WrestleMania 28 when she kicked him in the balls. Luckily for Ryder, he reinvented himself as Matt Cardona on the independent circuit and is literally the biggest free agent in all of professional wrestling right now. Number 9, Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow is one superstar whose name in the WWE lexicon might not be remembered in current times. However, the intellectual savior of the masses was organically popular with fans during the later stages of the PG era. He was entertaining, he was a pompous heel, and even got featured in segments with guest celebrities like Hugh Jackman. The last role he got in WWE was playing a bizarre one, a stunt double for The Miz. He got repackaged as Damien Mizdow, and even then, he found a way to make it connect with fans. Every night, he would mimic the A-lister and got a huge pop from the crowd. Sadly, the higher-ups in WWE split the team up, and after his WWE release, he maintained a presence in the NWA. Number 8, Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler is arguably one of the most underutilized WWE talents of the modern era. When the show-off was in the WWE, he would often be treated more as an enhancement talent to build towards other superstars. While it is true that Ziggler made anyone he would wrestle look like $1 million, he is a phenomenal talent in his own right. So it boggles everyone's minds that WWE continued to overlook him. Even when he was a former two-time world champion, his reigns were not really that much and felt transitional and were bogged down by injuries. So it came as a shock when the company released him from his contract in 2023 when many felt he would be a WWE lifer. Since then, Ziggler has repackaged himself as Nick Nemeth after signing with TNA Wrestling. Other than TNA, he's also appeared for other promotions around the world, including New Japan Pro Wrestling. Currently, WWE has a working relationship with TNA, and WWE fans are hopeful we might see Ziggler back in a WWE ring again. Number 7, Rusev. Rusev's first year on the main roster was a dominant one, though he was eventually chopped down by the John Cena machine and got lost in the shuffle. After floundering as a heel for some time, he once again became popular with fans due to the Rusev Day chants. This even allowed him to become one of the top merch sellers in WWE at some point. But despite the increasing popularity, WWE's higher-ups were skeptical and allegedly felt that the crowd chanted Rusev Day because they were mocking him. So the Bulgarian brute got no proper push and got involved in a ridiculous storyline with his real-life wife, Lana. The Bulgarian brute joined AEW in 2020 after he was released by WWE earlier that year in a controversial budget cut. Rusev returned to WWE in 2025 with a different person in charge now, and fans hope he'll be treated right this time around. Number 6, Tazz. He had a phenomenal leap from ECW up to WWE when he defeated Kurt Angle in a surprise match in New York City at the 2000 Royal Rumble. It looked as if WWE would be giving Tazz a major push that matched the hype he had coming from ECW, but sadly, it went a different direction. The former ECW heavyweight champion got pushed down the cards and started losing matches regularly. Eventually, he was relegated to the hardcore division, and this did not make any sense at all, as Tazz used to receive huge pops from the crowd. But according to the legendary commentator Jim Ross in his podcast, Grilling JR, in 2021, Tazz was buried by the company as other wrestlers allegedly complained to higher-ups that Tazz's suplexes were unsafe. So although WWE wanted to push him initially, backstage politics may have gotten in the way. Though his in-ring career would end in pro wrestling due to injury, Tazz would take on a broadcasting commentary role for WWE WWE, TNA, and AEW. Number 5. Cesaro. Cesaro got over due to his superhuman strength and massive hype from outstanding performances pre-WWE and Ring of Honor. The Cesaro section echoed his praises constantly as he had show-stealing matches. While WWE did pair him up with Paul Heyman, a sign of what they wanted him to become as a mouthpiece, the duo quickly disbanded and Heyman moved on to Brock Lesnar as if Cesaro never existed. His eventual tag team with Sheamus would become an immensely over mid-card act, but he was never treated as a main event player. And when WWE publicly questioned the Swiss Cyborg's star power and charisma, yeah, this is something that Vince McMahon did on Stone Cold's podcast, people were convinced that he would never be the guy that matched his fan base. Eventually, Cesaro was released from the company and now wrestles for All Elite Wrestling as Claudio Castagnoli once more. Number 4. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin impressively made his main roster debut from NXT, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. What's even more impressive is the fact that he did all of this in just over a year. But when he was squandered with all of that momentum by cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase and it didn't work out, that's when his downward spiral started. Corbin went back to NXT, repackaged himself, and worked on his craft, and even connected with the NXT fanbase once more. His team up with Braun Breaker was well received, and the two of them won the WWE NXT Tag Team titles. After he returned to the main roster as a babyface, fans genuinely wanted to see him booked more properly. But alas, the creative team reportedly had nothing for him, and he was released from WWE in 2024. Number 3. Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he had a meteoric rise in WWE in 2014. It was all thanks to Bryan's hard work and the support of the WWE fanbase getting behind him. In 2013, Bryan started gaining momentum as the hottest superstar in all of wrestling. He won the WWE Championship at SummerSlam 2013 by defeating John Cena clean in the middle, but lost it moments later to Randy Orton, cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase and Triple H screwing him over. At first, fans thought that this was a serious part of pushing him because he was losing more often than not and always getting screwed out of big matches. The fans were right in their suspicion. It wasn't until fans rejected Batista as the Royal Rumble winner in 2014 in the lead up to WrestleMania 30 that things changed. The power of the Yes movement combined with CM Punk suddenly leaving WWE left a massive hole in the main event of that year's WrestleMania, ensuring the stars to align for Daniel Bryan and the Yeselmania moment that would be him receiving the biggest push of his career, maybe one of the best WrestleMania endings with him defeating both Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H all in one night. Number 2. Rob Van Dam. In 2002, RVD was one of the most popular wrestlers in WWE, if not the world. Rob got the opportunity to face Triple H for the World Heavyweight title at Unforgiven 2002, but would ultimately fall victim to the Game's reign of terror. By the time WWE was on the road to WrestleMania 19, unfortunately for RVD, things looked bleak, as his backstage position with some more influential talents like Triple H and Shawn Michaels reportedly wasn't that great. As a result, he did not get featured on the main card of that year's WrestleMania. At the time, WWE was in a desperate need for an over babyface champion who had an organic connection with the audience, and they kind of squandered that with RVD. Number 1. Cody Rhodes. Cody is undeniably one of WWE's top superstars right now. However, a decade ago, things were very different. After splitting from Randy Orton's Legacy faction, Rhodes found himself in a successful narcissistic heel gimmick in the mid-card as dashing Cody Rhodes. He would find his work praised by wrestling experts and casual fans who booed him but loved seeing his matches. He naturally turned babyface with his popular feud against The Shield and The Authority, tag teaming with his brother Goldust in a very memorable premium live event classic. It looked like WWE was finally going to push him after recognizing his potential as the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Sadly, the creative team had other plans and repackaged him as the strange and outlandish Stardust, a clone of Goldust. Any chance to get a big push really was lost in that gimmick. Stardust was reduced to cartoonishly playing in the lower card with inconsistent booking, so in 2016, the American Nightmare, as he would soon be known, would leave the company on his own accord, reinventing himself on the independent circuit, becoming a massive star with Ring of Honor and helping the launch of All Elite Wrestling, only to return to WWE at WrestleMania 38 as a surprise in 2022.